Tiberius boy.
That's me, Tiberius. Today we're going to talk about some very awesome stuff. We have a cool video game to talk about, a great book about a dog, my bonus school report, and we got a totally awesome guest, the one, the only, Mrs. Wendy Lopez. She is an executive chef and works for an awesome restaurant in downtown Orlando.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Today we're going to start off with the video game of the week, and this is going to be a good one.
And now it's time for the video game of the week.
Today's video game is Restaurant Tycoon. So Restaurant Tycoon is a game on the Roblox platform. That means you can play on PC, console, and even your phone. It was made by Ultra Games. I found this game a few weeks ago and really like managing my own restaurant. You start off with a few tables and chairs, and you get some basic food items and open your doors. After you take the orders from the tables, you get to go to the stove and cook it. Then you take the orders from the tables, and you get to go to the stove and cook it. Then you get to deliver the food and collect the tips. After a little while, you can hire staff. So how many employees do you have?
I have 14 in the front and 23 in the back. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So you have 23 chefs.
Yeah, I know.
Dang.
Right?
The first person to hire is definitely the chef.
Definitely.
Cooking takes a lot of time, and if you pay someone else to do it, you can work on taking the orders and delivering the food. After you make some more money, you can hire a server. This way you only have to clean up the tables and collect the pay. The more staff you have, the more money they cost you. But the faster your services, and that gives you good reports, right?
Right.
After you start getting some faster and faster money, you can go to the IKEA store and buy stuff. You can buy music to play in your restaurant, or better furniture, and even better stoves. This will allow you to unlock new recipes and train your chefs. The goal is to build an amazing place that everyone gives you a 5-star review of. I like moving around and designing cool looking places. I also really like it when a customer is going to celebrate the birthday in my restaurant. So how many birthdays have you done in your restaurant?
Ooh, lots. Almost every night someone has 1 or 2 birthdays.
Wow.
Yeah.
They bring balloons and it looks very fun. I got my dad to play it for a while. And since he was a server when he was much younger, he was very fast and said it reminded him of all the fun he had working in a restaurant. He was very young. I even got my mom to play for a while. She had a hard time getting started, but I showed her how to hire people, and all you really have to do is collect the money. My mom found if you are still delivered the food, you can do it faster than the server and then get more money and better reviews. So does your customers give you 5 stars kind of?
I hope they all do, but usually they leave us a review on Yelp, and it could be, from 1 to 5. We all hope that they're 5.
Yes, we all hope. I'm giving Restaurant Tycoon 10 out of 10 stars because it is another game I was able to get both my parents to play, and they were willing to do it in a few days in a row.
So I'm terrible at video games and any kind of games, but I think I'm going to check this one out for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
The Tiberius Show is sponsored in part by
Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com. The Tiberius Show would like to thank Buggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator bites. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now. Get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our awesome sponsors, SlutChannelUS.com. These guys are very, very cool. They bring 21st century surface drainage solutions to reality. They can do corporate and government work. These are the guys that make roads and bridges safe in the rain. You can see all about them at SlutChannelUS.com. That website again is SlutChannelUS.com.
And now we're all ready for the Book of the Week.
And now it's time for the Book of the Week. The Dog Who Belonged to No One. This book is written by Amy Hess. Let me read you the back of the book. Once there was a small dog with crooked ears. He belonged to no one. And once there was a wisp of a girl named Laya. The dog who belonged to no one spent his days quite alone. He longed for a friend. With regular text by New York Times best-selling author Amy Hess and Amy Bates, The Dog Who Belonged to No One introduces readers to timeless characters who will touch hearts as they reveal how they belong to each other. First off, this book was written 10 years ago in Zenea Art Book for 3rd grade 3rd month. This is a great story about friendship and belonging. My dad says it seems to be written about a period of time that is way older when children did chores and were able to go around town without having a parent with them. You know?
Imagine that.
Yeah, if I was in that kind of thing. The book was about a dog and a girl named Laya. Each spent their days alone doing things on their own. The dog played with balls, exploring the streets of the cities, and the girl spent her day delivering bread that her parents had made at the bakery. She was so busy working that she did not have time for friends and play. When it was night, the dog would find a spot to rest and the girl would go back home and rest in her bed. They both felt very alone. Then one day there was a storm and everything was very, very wet. The dog was very, very wet and ran. The girl was wet and she pedaled and pedaled and pedaled. She was on a bike, you know. And it was a Sunday, so. And she delivers the bread on Sundays. They both made it to the bakery around the same time. And her parents let her keep the dog. Now they would be the best of friends and they would belong to each other. Not no one, but each other. As an only child, I think this is a great book about how everyone around me are adults. And I don't have siblings to play with. My dad told me that was not going to work and we are not getting a dog. How dare you? I like how the little girl delivered the bread like she had her own business. I have my own business too. I get to run my own radio show. I get that. I gave this book 8 out of 10 stars. It was a good AR book and it is worth 0.5 points or half a point. It was easy to read and it had a good story. But it was short, but he loses a point because it did not make my dad buy me a dog. And now it's time for our interview with an interesting person. Today's guest is going to be so much fun. Wendy Lopez is an executive chef at Reyes Mezcaleria. Did I say that correctly?
You're close. It's called Reyes Mezcaleria. It's hard to say, right? It's a mouthful.
My stepsister said it wrong too, so... So first off, how are you enjoying being on the show?
I love being on the show. It's entertaining. I'm getting to know you.
So for my listeners that don't know, what does an executive chef do?
Well, we are required to do a lot, but mentorship and cooking is part of the whole job. right? We get to cook, we get to please our guests, and we get to develop the staff.
So what is the best part about being a chef?
The best part about it is doing something that I love. I love waking up in the morning, as stressful as a day can go, but I love what I do. So just being there with my kitchen family is fun for me.
So you said a kitchen family. So are you a manager too?
I am the manager. I am the kitchen manager.
Ooh.
Right?
Well, that's the way that I learned about managing.
I'm learning about management too every day.
So when you were a kid, what did you want to do when you grew up? Did you always want to be a chef?
Growing up, food was very important to us. It kind of brought the family together. And being a chef wasn't something I really wanted to do, something I didn't set my goals on. But just being around the family business, my parents are restaurateurs, and it just kind of fell in my lap. So, yeah.
So what did you really want to do?
I don't know. I didn't think I was going to be cooking, but I don't know.
Well, I thought I was gonna actually be something else than a reporter, but actually I kind of liked it because, I was gonna be famous.
So what did you want to be?
I actually wanted to be a bowler, and I also am a bowler.
You are a bowler. I love bowling.
And a computer guy too. So what's the coolest thing that happened while being a chef?
Let's see. Every day is an excitement. Every day is different. Every day you think it's going to be predictable and the same kind of thing, but everything changes. What's the most exciting thing? Well, I get to meet new people and I get to train people to how to bring this. Like, this is my profession. This is what I do for a living. So for someone that comes into my profession, I get to teach them how to move on and do something to cook for their loved ones.
So what is the type of food that you like to make?
I like to cook all kinds of food, but I'm Mexican. I was born in Mexico, so I love cooking Mexican food, which is what I brought for you.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, but I also brought you a gift, right? Ready for it?
Yep.
This hat.
Hat?
So I brought you a chef hat because I wear one every day. I also got you a shirt.
Okay.
It says Reyes on it. And I got you a Reyes pen, so you can wear it.
Reyes pen?
Yeah.
Yep. That's a very good merch.
Thank you.
So how long did it take to learn how to be a chef?
I went to culinary school in 2007, and I'm still learning every day. It's a learning process.
Okay. So what is the difference between a chef and an executive chef?
Well, everyone has their own definition, but for me, a chef is someone that knows the craft and knows technique. An executive chef could just be someone that leads the kitchen and leads the establishment. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So I used to watch Master Chef, and I really wanted to be a chef. But really, I like being a reporter. Did you ever do any Master Chef shows?
I did not. I do like Gordon Ramsay, but I wasn't on that show, but I was on Guys Grocery Games.
Oh, wow. So wait, you have been on TV. So does that mean that you are famous?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
It was just a fun experience, something I would never have thought myself to do. I got the call, and after much hesitation, I was like, okay, let's do it.
Wow.
I know.
So what's the best part about being on Guy Fieri?
I don't know. It kind of takes the... what was the best part? I don't know. I mean, winning, of course, right?
Yeah. So winning. Good.
Yeah. I think, putting yourself in a situation that you're not comfortable with and putting yourself in a situation that you're not necessarily good at, that was fun, just being outside of my comfort zone, for sure.
Yeah.
Running around a grocery store.
So did you get to spend a lot of time with Guy Fieri?
Well, yeah, when we were off camera, he was very hands-on. He was very approachable. He wanted to ask a million questions. He wanted to get to know who you were. And, he was a very, very nice guy. So, yeah, we spent some time together.
Well, that's so cool.
Absolutely. Do you want to try some food?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Let's do this thing.
So I brought a bunch of different stuff, but I know you're going to like the cheese.
Wow.
It's cheesy. It's called a quesadilla. Quesadilla.
Yeah, I've tried this before.
All right, see if you like it.
Pretty good.
All right, I passed.
Seriously, it's very good. You guys should try it.
All right.
Oh, wow, sauces.
Yeah. I brought flautas, and I don't know what this is. A salad. Who eats salad? You like salad?
Yes, I like
Perfect. So I brought
sauces.
dressing, right? salad dressing, some salsas, some chips.
So I need to ask you a quick question for one of the sauces.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one sour cream?
It is.
Ooh, I
Go for
love
it.
sour cream.
And we
With
make our own
this,
sour
too.
cream. Absolutely.
Ooh.
So I've already put different things that are featured on our lunch menu and dinner menu. Our blue chips, our flautas, which are filled with chicken as well. Right? And they're
wow.
crispy taquitos. They're like little rolled and they're fried.
Just thinking.
Right? And then I brought some salsas and some chips. Really crunchy. And what else did I bring? Rice and beans. And actually, this sandwich I made on the show, and it's now on the restaurant. It's very popular. It has pork and cheese in it. So I want to give that one a shot.
Jeez, wow. But that was just so delicious.
Thank you very much.
And I love the sandwich and the tortillas.
And the tortillas. I love it.
And I love the salad too.
I'm glad you enjoyed everything.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you got to try everything. I'm glad.
know.
Yeah.
And absolutely, I love the quesadilla.
Yep. I knew it.
Okay, when I come here on Saturday,
Yep.
I'm definitely going to do the tortilla.
I'll have it ready for you.
Woohoo! I hope you will cook it for me.
Of course.
Okay. So, when we're not in the kitchen, what's your favorite thing to do?
I like to cook at home. Right? I know.
That was what I was thinking in head. You're gonna cook at home.
I do. I do like cooking at home. I think that I
So
get
I
to
think
cook.
you make like lunch, breakfast, dinner.
I hate breakfast, but yes, I like to cook different things because in the restaurant that I'm at is a specific type of food. So when I'm
Yeah.
at home, I cook whatever I want.
Yeah,
You should come over.
definitely.
All right.
So what else do you do for fun?
So that's my fun. I like to go shopping. I like to go find what ingredients I can use in my new menu and developing new things. That's one of the most important things. I take my job very serious, and I don't really have much fun things to do. I have not a lot of spare time.
Well, actually, I think I saw you on the Guy Fieri because I watched the grocery one and I saw like maybe you running around
I
and
was.
stuff.
I was. That wasn't really fun. It was more stress, but it was at the end after it was said and done, and
I know.
they say cut. It's fun afterwards.
So actually, did you get to buy the food?
I didn't have to pay for it, but
Woohoo!
I know. I just ran around and decided what to do.
Like, choo, choo, choo.
Exactly. Exactly.
And actually, if you were like a very good chef, you'd go like,
Yeah.
then boop, 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 bang. And then I put a little salt in there, and a little pepper, and then done. So do you play video games? What's your favorite one?
I don't play video games, but let's say Pac-Man, right? It's a classic.
Oh, I think that was made 36 years ago.
36 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, it was.
You weren't even born yet. Neither was I.
Oh, wow. 36 years ago? But that was born.
Yeah.
And it used to be Pokemon. But they changed it because they changed like a letter to... Yeah.
All right.
No.
But I love that game. It's easy. It's fast.
I know. Well, it's not very...
Yeah, you're right. When you get to the other levels, you're right.
And also Donkey Kong too, you know. Yeah. Donkey Kong is actually a good one. But level 1, hard. But level 2, easy peasy. Level 2 should be level 1.
True.
And level 1 should be level 2. So, what is your favorite book?
I think one book that brings me back to cooking as a
Cookbook.
young cook,
You know,
right?
cookbooks.
Cookbook, absolutely.
And I
love
actually
cookbooks.
got one.
You do?
Yeah.
I like Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain, right? Yeah. It literally was something that I read, and it opened your eyes up to something.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, I know you have a favorite band, right?
Favorite band? Yeah. I would say the Fugees.
So, what kind of music does the Fugees play?
They're like R&B and like funky music. Little neo soul.
So, is there anything else you think my listeners should know about you?
No, I like hanging out with you though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for being my guest. Can you stick around for my quiz?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.
The Tiberius Show is sponsored in part by
Mid-State Fire Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855. The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom Braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering, to trophies and awards. They can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373. For 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
Get ready, it's time for the Bowling Score Report!
I went to Skylands on Saturday and I played with Vanessa, Mia, and MJ. I bowled a 124 and a 105 and a 92 in the final game. I had a blast playing with my new ball from Storm and Strike for Vets. Jerry, who was the one on my show a few weeks ago, drilled it, and I'm trying to figure it out. It seems to move left more often than my other ball, so I have to figure out how to make up for it. It also has a cool smell. If you want to go bowling with me, be sure to join me at the AMS Youth League Saturdays at AMS Guides on OBT at 10 a.m. in the morning, bro.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
Thank you, Wendy, for helping me with Math Corners. Today we're going to talk about squaring a number that ends in 5. See, it can be 700 million times 700 million 5 times 700 million 5.
Yeah. All right. I definitely.
So it could be pretty easy or pretty hard. So as most of you know, me and my dad work on lots of math patterns. Today we have a fun one. I love square and square roots, you remember, right? And I really like surprising adults when I can do very, very large ones. But what if I could go past the normal 1 through 16 square and go even bigger? Right? So here's a new pattern. Let's take 35 squares. Since it ends in 5, we are able to do a pattern. Let's take the 3 that is in the 10th place and add 1. Now times that by the 10th place. So for this one, it is 3 plus 1 equals 4. And now times that by 3, which is 12. So write down 12 and then write the 25 at the end. There's your answer.
Oh, wow. Cool.
1,225. So 35 times 35 equals 1,225.
Nice.
So my dad ran a computer program to prove that this works with any number. A lot of patterns only work on the lower numbers, but this one works for very high ones. So if I can take 205 squared, and first you take the 20 and add 1, so you get 21. And 21 times that by 20. So 21 times 20 equals 420. Since I know 20 times 20 is 400, you should add just one more of the 20, and then you get 420. So I write down the 420 and then write the 25, and then I get 42,025. So 205 times 205 equals 42,025. Boop. Done. There we go. So, Wendy, do you now know how to square a number ending in 5 in your head?
I do.
So, can you quiz me?
Yeah. Let's do 115.
So, 12 times 11 is... Ooh, what's 12? 132. So, then your answer would be 13,225.
That hurt. Jesus. So what he did was he times 12 times 11. That gave him 132, right? And then he added
The 25 at
the 25 at the end. Absolutely. Right? So 13,225.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you so much, Wendy, for your help with math.
And now it's time for Heart of a Lion. We at the Tiberius Show like living with the heart of a lion. Living with the heart of a lion stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and nobility. We asked Dr. Ferret exactly what that means.
Leadership is really about influence. Leadership is, and the way we define it is good leadership, is about setting the right example and encouraging other people to do the right thing. Integrity is about doing right no matter what. Through life, there are a lot of different circumstances that arise, and integrity, someone who shows integrity, it doesn't matter what all the external things are, they always choose to do what is right. Obedience is about obeying those who are in authority over you, whether that's a teacher, a boss, a parent, that when you are asked to do something, that you respond with obedience, quickly and completely. Nobility is about having respect. It's about carrying yourself with respect and showing respect to others. When you put these 4 things together, that's Lion Strong.
This week we are going to talk about nobility. For me, I think nobility is remembering we are God's special possessions and acting in a noble way, showing courage and honor. The qualities of nobility are goodness, virtue, honor, generosity, and selflessness. So this is a tough one because this week I made a mistake. But I treated someone incorrectly and played a game that was making fun of someone else. So it did not make the person happy, and I was not being very noble. I talked with my mom and dad about it, and I wrote a letter of apology. And that means I'm sorry. So I asked for forgiveness and promised to be more respectful in the future and be kind instead of mean. I am not normally mean, but I only did it once. But once is one time too many. So I will work on being noble in my everyday actions and treat everyone with respect. So Miss Wendy, did you see our use nobility at all this week?
Well, I try to be noble at all times, and I try to treat everyone with respect. But sometimes, the wrong moment happens, and it's understandable. But like you said, one time is too many. Yeah.
So of all of the Heart of a Lion virtues, which is your favorite?
I would say integrity. Yeah.
Why?
Well, because I think it's good to stay true to yourself and not forget who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I might wear the hat, and I might do it when my mom is cooking with me,
Oh, yeah?
and I might cook some donuts tomorrow.
Donuts. Am I coming over?
Maybe.
All right.
I
Sign
don't
me up.
know, because maybe it might be on a Sunday.
Sunday. All right. I'll clear my schedule.
Okay. And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, Wendy Lopez for being my special guest this week. You've been awesome. And I hope we can book you again as a guest after I've been able to visit your restaurant.
Absolutely.
And be sure to listen to us next week on the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.
The Tiberius Show is not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Executive producer Joseph Boy, production editor Pierre Laguerre, green room manager Danny Boy, broadcast associate James Smith, and your program host Tiberius Boy. The Tiberius Show is copyright 2018.